Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a rant review on the Seasonaires. If you watched my haul a little bit, or wait, it would have been a TBR or a haul. I was really excited about this book. I was in for a really big letdown, so I'm going to be talking about why. This is going to be full of spoilers. It's just going to be a classic spoiler-full discussion video. That made no fucking sense. Let's just get on into the video. Alright, so this book follows Mia, who is a girl from a small town. Her mom has cancer, her dad is up and gone, and she has a little brother as well. And she writes in to join the Seasonaires, which is a kind of like brand ambassador thing, but the brand ambassadors, there's like 10 chosen, and they get flown to Nantucket where they spend, I think it's the summer there, and they basically get paid like $20,000 for the summer, and all they have to do is promote the brand and do like show up at like stores and stuff, and just basically do fuck all for the summer, just do fun shit and get paid for it. So she ends up doing it. She wants to be like a fashion designer, and she thinks like that can help her get there. And she goes there, and what ends up happening is there's this underlying coke thing, like a big drug thing going on. And that was how the book was pitched. There's all this stuff going on with drugs, and she kind of gets into this huge kerfuffle, and within like the first chapter of the book there is somebody who has died, and then it goes back to the beginning and you follow through the story and figure out what's going on. This book was literally, they made it sound like this was going to be the most scandalous shit. I was so excited. I'm like, amazing. Let's hear about the drugs. Let's hear about the partying. It's like spring break, but better. And it was shit. Literally nothing went on in this book. It was so boring. I didn't know that you could literally make something as interesting as this. You have a current day. This could happen in real life, honestly. Think about like someone like, I'm not going to say Revolve, but okay, let's say Zaffle, okay? Let's say Zaffle goes, hey, we're going to pay 10 YouTubers $20,000. You guys come over here and think about it. There could be drugs involved there. There could be all this kind of, and then murder. Like, it just sounds somewhat tangible, and I think that's why I was so interested in it. I'm like, this sounds like Spring Breakers, but better. It was fucking garbage. It was so boring, and I'm so pissed off about it. Okay, so let's get started in terms of just kind of breaking down my frustration, because I don't want to just be like, I hated it, and that's it. Every single one of these characters in like within the Seasonaires, I could not give one shit about. Like, you could literally hold a gun to my head and be like, name all of the Seasonaires, and I couldn't do it because I just didn't care about them. They were all so boring. They're the most two-dimensional characters, and all of them were so typical. Cole was so boring. He literally was like a bowl of porridge. I honestly, when it was slated that Mia and Cole were gonna get together, because literally when Mia and Cole meet, every single chapter there'd be like, Mia sits on the ground. She looks. Cole is looking at her. Mia is going to the bathroom. Cole looks. She's looking at her. Like, everything was whenever they were together in a group, every single chance that this writer got to make it so it's like Cole was looking at Mia or Mia was looking at Cole. It's like, okay, we get it. We know they're going to end up together. We're not stupid. We don't need you to do this every 30 seconds. So when it was blatantly obvious they were going to get together, I just kind of sat there with myself and I'm like, Cole is boring as shit, but at the same time, Mia is also boring as shit. So am I really that frustrated that they're ending up together? Because they're both boring as shit. Then there was the one character, I forget her name. It's Mia's like person, like her roommate, who was annoying as fuck. Literally, she would be, oh, I hate you one day, and then, oh, I'm jealous of you this day, and I love you this day. It was like, okay, this is so boring. This isn't an interesting character trait. It's annoying in real life. It's equally as annoying in book form, and there's no redeeming qualities about her being like this, like plot-wise or anything-wise. It just was like, everyone in this book is really boring. So moving on into the rest of the book, you have the Seasonaires. They're doing all this kind of shit, and Mia becomes friends with this one girl, Ruby, who is a part of another clan of, it's basically if like Hollister had Seasonaires and then Abercrombie had Seasonaires, and they hate each other because they're like different companies, and they're like battling. It's as lame as it sounds. Honest to God, it was so fucking lame to read. And so throughout the book, you kind of have Mia is talking to Ruby, but she's not allowed to talk to Ruby because, oh my God, you can't talk to her because she's on the other side or whatever dumb shit. I don't even know. And throughout the story, all of the Seasonaires are competing because the winner gets to go the next year for, I don't even know. They just get to go and be a Seasonaire the next year. And the one girl, Mia's roommate, always wins, but like Mia was suddenly like doing well. And it was, honestly, that whole thing had nothing to do with anything. Quite honestly, 90% of this book was about the Seasonaires going out. Like, that's it. I felt like I was watching or reading like a watered down bad version of Jersey Shore that just wasn't even interesting or funny or at all any of what I expected. The extent of the drug scene was, oh my god, I just saw someone hand someone a baggie. The drug scene that was alluded as if it was like the entire island is on coke was, there's 2 people selling coke and that's it. That was the drug, that was the huge drug thing. That's it. Like, okay. I've never been so let down. Like, I sound like a psychopath, but give me the scandal. Give me anything. Like, it was so boring. I literally was like, wow, there's nothing going on in this book. It's page like 300 and all I know is Mia made a dress. Where's the coke? Like, what's going on? Where is the actual like substance of this book? It felt like I was reading a Sarah Dessen book. Honest to God, I was like, holy shit, like, is anything interesting going to happen in this book? Or am I just gonna sit here like waiting? I kid you not. There was maybe three mentions of like someone being like, oh my god, they gave them a baggie of coke. It's like, okay, like, that's not, it was the back of this book, they were like, the drug scene. It made it sound like it was going to be this massive thing. I thought Jada's dad was like some big producer and was using Nantucket as a way of pushing everything out. I thought it was going to be so much bigger than it was, and it was literally just 2 people handing around baggies at frickin' on an island. Like, okay, that happens everywhere. Like, this isn't interesting. Then, of course, the person that was killed was the only gay person in the Seasonaires, because why not kill one of the Abercrombie models? There's 27 of them, and all of them have the exact same personality, and to the point where I can't even tell which one is which. But no, let's kill the gay one. Let's just see you later. It's just, there was a lot going on in this book, but it was nothing of what I cared about, nor wanted to care about, and while I was reading it, I was just like, there's just this cringe of like the typical cringe where a writer is writing about something current, which would be like Instagram or like brand ambassadors. There was that kind of level of cringe where you're like, oh, like you don't, okay, you don't really, all right. I bought the book expecting that and going, okay, but there's going to be like a good amount of scandal. This is going to be a good book. Nope, it wasn't. It was literally just a weird love triangle that wasn't really a love triangle, but that's basically what all of the book was about and had nothing to do with what was actually why I bought the book, and it was really frustrating. Also, Cole's reveal of being like an FBI agent was so boring. It wasn't necessarily that I expected it. I didn't expect it per se, but I also was just kind of like, oh, he's in the FBI. Cool. Like, I genuinely was like, I feel like I should be like, whoa, he's in the FBI, but I was like, I don't care. Like, I really just don't care. The actual action in this book, I kid you not, if you haven't read this yet, all of the action that is the main selling point of this book goes down in the last 75 pages. Go buy the book, I promise you, and read it and mark the last 75 pages. That is the only time that like all of the action happens within like that. And the first 99.9% of the book is Mia's a small town girl and she's in love with Cole, and she's also dealing with Ruby, and she's on an island and they're in Nantucket and they're posting on Instagram. That was it. Also, oh my god, my hands are not the same color as my face. I don't even want to get into that. I only have a tan foundation shade right now, so we're just gonna have to live with it. The level of fluff in this book, I still can't believe it. I honest to God was like, is there like gonna be a second part to this book? Halfway through, I'm like, there's no way they're going to do what I am expecting them to do in the detail I was expecting in the last half. And nope, they definitely didn't. They did it in 75 pages and it was fucking shit. the murder itself was so glazed over. There was little to no detail, and they literally were like, oh my god, we were at the crime scene. Oh my god, my necklace, I think it was at the scene. And then it just ends up not actually being at the scene, which was like, okay, so you had a chance to make this book a little bit more interesting. Be it, that would be so predictable of like a twist of, oh my god, my necklace fell off. It's at the scene of the crime. But that would have been better than, oh my god, my necklace fell off. I think it's at the scene of the crime. Oh no, it's fine. It's here. Like, great. This is literally like vanilla. Like, what am I reading? Also, I don't know if I actually just like stroked out and missed this, but they talk about Ruby's scars and then never mention them ever again. Like, was Otto abusive or was he not? Like, it just felt like they were like alluding to it and then they never really did anything. And then there was that weird scene with Jada and the hat guy and a gun and Otto, which was like, okay, your dad is a celebrity. He's not part of the mafia. Like, can we please calm down? Also, I kind of had a feeling that it was going to be one of, it was either going to be the owner of Wild Clothing or Be Wild or whatever, or it was going to be her sister. I had that kind of inkling because when they were on the plane discussing, the minute that they stole his phone, I was like, yeah, they're going to do something. Like, there's something going on there. And it was just kind of like, okay, great. Like, there's literally no surprise in this book. This is boring as hell. Like, why did I read this? Like, and I just feel like my ultimate gripe, I will say closing thoughts, is that the main reason I bought this book, that storyline was jolted by the dumbest storylines and the dumbest characters and people that I did not care about. And it was just dumb. Like, you have a really good story, you have a really good idea, and you ruined it because you, like, it just felt like a Sarah Dessen book, which no offense to Sarah Dessen, but like, Sarah Dessen's got her, like, Sarah Dessen's over there, okay? I did not buy a Sarah Dessen book, okay? I understand, like, if I'm going out and buying a Sarah Dessen book, that's what I'm expecting. I wasn't expecting Sarah Dessen here, and that's what I got, which is kind of annoying. Like, it just felt like all of the interesting storylines were jolted by, oh my god, Cole doesn't love me. Oh my god, like, I didn't post on Instagram today, so, like, I'm gonna get in trouble. Like, it was like, this is boring as hell. And I just didn't, like, there were the dumbest things. Like, a perfect example was, why did we need 3 chapters of Jade and Hat Guy following Jill and, oh my gosh, what's the girl's name? Grace? Yeah, Jill and Grace, and then finding out they're lesbians. Like, I understand that did end up mattering because at the end, Ruby had been sexually assaulted, which was, I get that, but do we need 3 chapters to figure out that Grace is gay? Like, was that a big, like, you could have just thrown that in there and maybe made the actual selling points of the book a little bit more interesting. I don't know if I was the only person who expected this massive, I thought it was going to be a massive drug network and that Mia had gotten herself into this massive problem. I was expecting like Spring Breakers, like shit, and it wasn't at all. I don't know. Anyways, if any of you guys have read this book, let me know your thoughts. I am genuinely curious if I was the only one who felt just super let down by this book, honestly, or if maybe I was just expecting too much. I'm pretty sure this is a new adult book too, which even just makes it worse. Like, this reads like, honestly, the way that they completely skirted like the Coke thing, I was like, am I reading like a 13 and up book? Like, just get to it. Like, that was the big selling point. It sounded so interesting and you just kind of were like, yeah, there were 2 baggies of Coke, so that's the big deal. It's like, okay, like, great. I don't know if I was the only one who felt a little bit like let down by that, but if you read it and you were, let me know. If you weren't let down, let me know, because if I was the only one who was expecting that, then that's a gripe with myself. But yeah, if you did enjoy this book or this video, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you want to follow me outside of YouTube, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Goodreads, which are all Casey Aonso. They should just show up if you search my name. But yeah, thank you so much for watching again. I will see you guys in the next one.